I have been asked to speak on methodology and metrics of the ranking framework. Actually, at present, I am the director of NIT Warangal, so you already. So before we go, this is something which we should all realize. Now, nobody is going to ask you what is your NBA, what is your NAAC accreditation. They are going to ask you what is your NIRF rank. Why? It is easy to get NIRF rank on the web. When you say NBA, it is for a course, and I have been on several like help in branding your institution. I assume that there are institutions from many private colleges and other general lecture. So rank is good. You will get good prospective students, and many of the funding agencies like AICT, DST, and other funding agencies will shortlist your institute. Academic partnerships and research collaboration. This is a very, very important thing. Today, we all have realized, be it IIT, NIT, state universities, central universities, we can't do everything alone. We need to collaborate. We need to collaborate. And some institutes are doing joint degree courses, but now joint research projects. So partnerships and collaboration is going to the future. So this ties with the positive branding. So if your NRF rank is good, then you can get good partners. And also it helps you to get membership of good academic professional bodies that will increase your outreach and also other professional activities. It is a clear indication of the quality of your institution, the market value of the popularity of the institution. Nobody else bothers anything. Simply I get your NIRF score and I can feel how good your institute is there. And that. It is a reflection of the status of your institution and also the quality of education that an institution offers. And more importantly, it is a very important tool for self-improvement. When you don't get rank, you will actually start studying where you have went wrong or where you need to improve. So you need to have a roadmap for yourself that will help you to get the sort of improvement, self-improvement. So somebody said in the previous speaker that we have to do a SWOT analysis. Management is something called a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. You should know what are your strengths, try to sustain on that. Know your weakness, try to improve on it. Opportunities are, a lot of opportunities are there. You can collaborate, enter into MOU, have joint projects, industries, go and do all that. But threat is, it is a very competitive environment and you have a lot of other colleges also competing. In fact, only recently I gave a similar address to colleges in Andhra. There were about 350 participants. And there's a directive from the government, Principal Secretary, Higher Education, saying that institutes will have to participate in the NRF ranking. If they don't participate, that they will be penalized. Their affiliation will be under reconsideration. So that is the sort of seriousness that the governments are taking on this NIRF ranking. And therefore, we all need to apply, we all need to improve. Even if we don't get a good rank, don't worry. We need to improve and we can do it. I told you, this is one way of doing foster healthy competition. Why I am doing healthy is, I remember when I was the registrar of the institute, I got a complaint from one of the colleges saying that, the college management is luring students by saying that we'll provide you free motorcycle, we'll provide you free laptop, please join our college. So that is a very unhealthy way of doing it. But this is a third-party evaluation, so you get whatever rank you get based on that healthy competition is coming. And it is an important tool for assessing the performance of the institution. And finally, no higher education can sustain long without good ranking. So you have to have good ranking. So what I did, in my lecture, your rector was also telling, Honorable Rector Sri Govardhan Garu, that QS ranking is also important. In fact, this ranking phenomena started from abroad. And that's how Indian government realized that it is very important for us to rank. So before I set the scene for actual NIRF, I want to discuss briefly about one or two slides about what are the several international rankings. So I did a Google search and I found there are 30 to 40 agencies which do international ranking. But then I said, oh, this is too much. Then I said, I want to find out which are the top five ranking agencies, and what are the parameters that they assess. And I very interestingly, I found that they assess almost similar parameters what NIRF is doing, or NIRF might have borrowed the ideas from them. So therefore, today, when I'm saying you are going for NIRF, maybe tomorrow you can go for QS ranking also. Tomorrow you can go for PH. It's not difficult because the parameters are same. And then what I did is I found there are five. So I took the top five. One is Times Higher Education. It's called THE. Started in 2010, and the website is www.timeshighereducation.com. Why I'm giving the websites is I'll tell you later. QS, Quackerly Siemens, www.topuniversities.com, and then United States, www.usnews.com. And there is one from China, which is very famous, Shanghai ranking. We don't believe China, but the Shanghai ranking is respected worldwide, and it is www.shanghairanking.com. And the Center for World University, www.cwur.org. Why I'm giving the website is this is very, very important for you to understand that these websites carries a lot of tips and suggestions to improve your scores and all that. So you have time, please go to these websites. You will really learn the nitty-gritty of the things, and I'm sure you can jump your ranks very well. It is important. Now, what I did, again, as a study, we are all academics, we sit in our offices and think differently out of the box. So I did a small study. I said, let me take the Times Higher Education, only two I took, this is for sake of time, and the QS. The Times Higher Education, World Oxford University got the first rank. So I took their marks. And Indian Institute of Science got the first rank. So I took their marks. And I did an analysis, because if you do a critical analysis, then you will understand the nuts and bolts of the things, and then you know where you can tide, where you can lose some things. So that is very important. So again, the indicators are teaching, international outlook, research, citation. These are very similar to NIRF almost. So the weightage is 30% for teaching, 7.5% for international outlook, 30% for research, 30% for citation, and 2.5% for industry income. So Oxford, how much it got? In teaching, it got 89.6. But in Institute of Science, 50.1. So they know now there's a lot of gap in the teaching. That means number of teachers have to increase, the methodologies have to be increased, educational technology has to be increased, and all that. So 39.5. The second thing is international outlook. This is also a very, but of course, less weightage is there. Oxford got 94.5 and 18.1. That means many of the students who pass out here go abroad or go to join as faculty or go as employer abroad. So many people are not aware, See, in US and UK, they may be aware, but there are countries like Australia, Canada, Sweden, and other things. So the international outlook of the University of Science is very less compared to Oxford, and the difference is huge, 76.4. Research, Oxford is known. In fact, I did my PhD in a nearby college in Swansea, very close to I visited. They don't do wonderful research, but whatever they do it in a systematic way. So this we can do it. This is our stuff. And IISc did got only 49. We know that it's a top research university. In spite of that, its world rank scoring is 49.2. Citations, Oxford got 91.2, and the University of Science 47.2. So it's also important that the papers you publish. Unfortunately, today, we have got fake journals, predatory journals, paid journals, but you have to always insist to publish in peer-reviewed journals. In fact, the government of India, the UGC and the AICT has now come up with a list of journals which you should publish. And what the department should do is, issue should do is identify these journals department-wise and then encourage your faculty to publish only on that. And if they publish in the predatory and paid journals, because there are some paid journals like Nature, which is very good, but those not listed by UGC, you should penalize them. Because this is a bad trend that is happening. And when you say insisting PhD, you should submit there immediately, putting some money and getting paper. There's a bad trend. So this has to be stopped. And UGC is going to view this very, very seriously. And I'm telling you that in the near future, if somebody publishing that, he'll be penalized. So just do it. And industry income, they got 62.5 and IISc also got 48 and 14.5. So this gives an overview, where our institutions are lacking. And next one, QS. I take only two, okay? Then I will go to NIRF. So QS, again, they have 6 parameters: academic reputation, employer reputation, student by faculty ratio, research citation per faculty member. So this is very, every faculty should be actively involved in research, not only the top 1 or 2, then proportion of international faculty and proportion of international students. Now coming to academic reputation, MIT, now because parameters are different, the first rank also changed. MIT got first rank 100, Indian Institute 42.4 marks, the difference is 57.6. Employer reputation I could not get for IISc, so don't worry. Students to faculty ratio, MIT got 100, whereas IISc is 69.3, 30.7. Still a lot of faculty is required for different disciplines. It's not just introducing a lot of courses. You have to also make sure that you also increase the faculty correspondingly. Unfortunately, IISc relaxed from 1:15 to 1:20. So many private colleges took advantage of that. But in the NIRF score, still it is 1:15. So that you are losing many of the things. And proportion of international faculty is only 5% weightage, 100. Now I can tell you, with this online thing and with the programs like Gyan and Spark being promoted by Government of India, it is very easy to get international faculty to our institutes. They will be willing, especially if people of Indian origin would be happy to come and do it. And then proportion of international students, we have quite good. Now there is something called a Study in India, ICCSR, many government agencies look to India. The Government of India is also promoting. So international students are looking destination to India. So you have to trap them. Already AICT has given the circular colleges how to grab these international students. JNTU has an international student cell. So this again could not get the data for IIS, so leave it back. Now let us go to our case. Why NIRF ranking when the world rank? Why should we do? So just then it was started by the Ministry of Education, and it started in September 2015. The first ranks were given in 2016. Many institutions did not participate. Then 2017 onwards, people start realizing the importance of it. Today, 2017, 18, 19, 20. So many started participating, and many people get ranked. So this is a methodology to rank Indian institutions. Please note, it is only for Indian institutions. So at least you should participate in this NIRF ranking. If you don't participate in QS, no problem. THE, no problem. But you have to definitely participate in this NIRF ranking. And here you notice, this aims to recognize top performing institutions, promote competitiveness among institutions, and assess prospective students in their decision-making process. That is the objective that they set themselves. In fact, how can NIRF ranking be advantageous? Already people told, but just for the sake of completeness and repetition, I'm glad that the honors are giving me about 1 hour, 15 minutes. So I'll be going at a speed which I think is easily digestible. But anyway, you always have my mail to get information from me. So comparison shows that your institute is better than the rest. It shows that you provide quality education and ensures that the general public views your institute with trust. Attractive students. When students research about colleges and universities, one parameter that they pay the most attention is the ranking of the institution. Campus placement, yes. A lot of people will come to your campus. So the technological advances made in the 90s was gave birth to the World Wide Web, better known today as Internet today. So a lot of investment is now going, a lot of information is coming. And then it gives a very good advantage, word of mouth. It means that general public views your institute in high regard and talk about in the they are not only the academics, general public also how do they think. That is very, very important. Because people remember bad things easily, but not the good things. So you have to make sure that more people get to know and discuss about your issues. That is word of mouth advertisement. Now, in fact, it is very interesting to make a study. In 2020, when I took the data statistics, in the overall category, about 1,667 institutes participated. How many universities participated? The data was not published, so I could not get. Engineering, about 1,071 across the country participated. About 630 management institutes participated. About pharmacy, 334 participated. In the college levels, standalone colleges, 1659, medical 118, law 97, architecture 66. And so they have 10 different categories for participation. And out of this, I took the top 100 ranks. Among the top 100 ranks of NIRF, I found that there are 12 who are a central university, 7 are deemed university, and deemed university are 37, state universities 3, state public university 41. So you are a state public university, JNTU is a state public university, 41 institutes participate. Now it is very, very important for you to note that of course you cannot compare a state university with a central university, but at least among your own group, why don't you be top? That is what is my theme of my lecture. At least if you are a private university, among the private university you be on top. Among deemed universities you try to be on top. Among central university you try to. If you think those that way, then it will help you a great way to improve yourself. Don't compare yourself with central institutes like IITs and NITs. No, compare yourself with the own state. Among the state universities, you be the top. That is what I am trying to say. And then, of course, we are all engineering institutions. So I took another statistics. Because in engineering, they gave rank up to 200. Beyond that, they have not given. So I said, okay, if they are not given, what to do? Then I said, in this top 200, 71 were affiliated colleges, 2 central universities. Some central universities offer engineering courses also. Deemed University 9, Deemed University 28, Institute of National Importance like IIT, 48 of them participated. State private university 18, and state public universities, only 24 of them participated in the NIRF ranking. So at least among the 24, why JNT should not be the top? That's what I'm saying. So that is how we should start thinking. And but don't compare yourself with, because the parameters, the facilities, the background is important, different, and you cannot compare. So with this background, I will now go. What I have done is, I wanted to take a case study as told by your rector, Sri Govardhan Garu. But I thought, let me explain my own case study, because that's the best way to explain what I have done and how you can improve the similar way. Many of the parameters, same thing for you also. Not able to score because your sister institutions, your brother institutions, parameters. But where you can score well is what I'll be trying to emphasize. So I'll go into the metrics and methodology of all these things. So they're now coming to the main because metrics. Why we are studying the metrics and methodology? The idea is to improve your NIRF ranking of your institute. So some thoughts. So these are my personal thoughts. You can have different thoughts. At least I have ignited your mind. That is very important. So I told you I'll take the case study as NIT Warangal. So when I took charge as 34, in 2018, next year we got to 25. In 2019, it became 26. So that became a cause of worry. See, our marks improved, everything improved, but our rank went up. Then I started analyzing, we went deep into that. We found working groups, we did a lot of studies. And in 2020, we got 19. We became in the So there's a huge jump since I took over 34 to 19. Let me show that maybe we'll show a roadmap for it. And it's a very satisfying experience, okay, that to perform well over a period of time, and it's not difficult. And please note, every year, I showed you 2020 statistics, so many people participated. This year, now a lot of awareness has come, more people will participate, and obviously your rank will go up and down with more participate. Many institutions got better rank in 2017, but in 2020, they got worst rank because many new institutions started participating. They are putting full efforts, doing a lot of things, and they improved their ranks, whereas others went down the rank. So we are in fact better than several IITs also. So this is how NIT Warangal performed over a period of time. So my statistics, okay, and the numbers I will show you again. 2017 34, 2018 25, 2019 26. So I will be using a lot of numbers, because numbers and formulas. So that will, because you are all engineers, I'm sure you are comfortable with these numbers. Don't worry, these formulas are not very complicated like mathematical formulas. They are simple additions, okay. So I will tell you. So they, in fact, NIRF assesses the ranking only 5 parameters. Learning, their short form is TLR. And professional practice is RP. Graduation outcome is GO. Outreach and inclusivity is OI, and peer perception is PP. And as informed earlier, the weightages out of 100 marks, only 30 marks is taken for this. Research and 30% weightage. Outreach and inclusive 10%. And so don't ignore any of these things, because even 1 mark difference in your score is going to shift your ranks. So you have to be sure that you score every single mark that you will get it. So this is very, very important. You should understand the weightages. Yes, the weightages tell you where to give more emphasis, more thing. But wherever you can improve, you have to improve, because every mark counts. That's what it does. Every mark counts, and it is going to make a lot of difference to the whole scenario. Your rank will improve. I have seen many institutions in Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh, many people did not do. Telangana got better in 2020, they slipped down the table. So that is what is happening. So then if you start analyzing, you will realize. So let us go one by one, parameter wise. The first parameter is teaching, learning and resources. There are 4 sub-parameters which are. First is student strength, including Dr. SS. Faculty-student ratio with emphasis on permanent faculty, FSR. So this keyword is permanent faculty. Third one is combined metric for faculty with PhD or equivalent in experience. Some questions are coming. I'll answer these questions once I finish my lecture. Then it will be all thing. I'll address all the questions. Don't worry. I think the organizers have been kind enough to put me before lunch. So only thing is your lunch may be delayed, but I'll answer all your questions. And total budgets and utilization. So some things we can do much better. What do we do? Let us see SS. How much NIT Warangal improved? In 2017, we were 66.94, 2018, 67. In 2019, we improved. And now, after knowing all the nitty-gritty, we improved to 73.38. This is our very strong area, and it has made a lot of difference to our ranking. So what are the parameters, what are the numbers out of 100 is being considered? So the formula is, out of 100 marks, the weighting is 13, I told you. So TLR is equal to SS into 20. 20 means 20% weightage is there. FSR is 30, FQE is 20, FRU, where SS is student strength, including PhD students. FSR is faculty-student ratio with emphasis on permanent faculty. FQE is combined metric for faculty or equivalent with equivalent experience. And FRU is, now this is one area which you can do wonderful. Everybody can improve. We can improve. We have improved. You can also improve. And so let us go one by one. In the formula, first parameter is SS. So how do we calculate SS? So SS is, weightage is 20 marks. It is given as a function of NT comment. Don't worry what is the function. They definitely want to do the third party verification. So they will have some parameter. But what is important is these numbers in the bracket should be maximum as much as possible. Into 15 plus F into NP into 5. What is NT in this? NT is the total sanctioned approved intake in the institution considering all UG and PG programs. Now this is here I want to caution you. Many times what happens, many of the colleges, including universities, start several courses where there is no admission, and that you are going to be at a disadvantage. Don't start courses which are not viable. You can close them. Maybe when they are in demand, maybe later you can open. What is happening is, just because there is somebody, you open it, and so you take the data for the last 3 years. If the admission is less than 50%, please close it. You benefit in buying that luggage, extra baggage. Here, NE is the total number of students enrolled in the institution considering all UG and so they are comparing what is the sanction and what is enrolled. So it is very important to also make sure that your seats get filled. So if there are a lot of vacancies in your seats, in your courses, especially PG courses, that is a problem. Then you are at loss, especially in terms of NIRF ranking. And we have realized we have truncated, we have removed some courses, we have added some courses which are in demand, and I think we are doing well. The second parameter is NP. NP is total number of students enrolled for the doctoral program till the previous academic year. So it is a good idea to have doctoral program getting enrolled in your institution. In fact, this is one area where JNT can do very much better. And also the private institutions now are being given research centers by JNT University. Take advantage of that facility and you are going to definitely, it is going to help your institution in many ways. So that is something which you need to actually concentrate, get more PhD students. Don't worry if you don't have PhD, all private colleges will be on the same footing. So don't worry, don't compare, don't think. But among your group, you be on the top. That is my message every time when I say something. So NP is the total number of students enrolled for the doctoral program till the previous year's academic year. and you have to submit the data in the prescribed format. So what did NIT get? See, we are having a lot of students. What we do, so we in 2018 we got 15, 2019 also we got 15. We improved only slightly. So this year we are hoping to improve further. Let us see what is going to happen. But everybody is improving. Therefore we lose. So out of 20 we got 16. Still there is a gap of 4 which we can get full if you want. We can do things, so that we need to look into it. And then the next parameter is faculty student ratio with emphasis on permanent faculty. The word permanent is very important, which is the second part of the formula for the teaching learning ratio. And this FSR is calculated by a simple formula, 30 into brackets of 15 into F by N. What is F by N? It's nothing but faculty. N is NT plus NP. Again, NT is the sanctioned strength and NP is the actual admitted. And here F is full-time regular faculty in the institution in the previous year. Suppose if you're a faculty in the previous year they are taking, we just appoint today, whenever there is inspection, many colleges tend to appoint and then they remove them after the inspection is over. So that will not work here. You have to have these faculty at least working in your institution for 1 year. Even if he is on a contract, faculty on contract basis will consider if the considered faculty has taught in both the semesters of the academic year 2019-20, because we are talking about 2021 ranking. So in 2019-20 they should have been admitted, working. So don't remove them just like that. Keep them in the department for some time, bear their load. And another interesting thing is faculty members with PhD and MEM Tech. So both PhD and MEM Tech will be considered and counted here. But faculty member with a bachelor's degree will not be counted. So nowadays I think very few people are having that. But irrespective of even if the regulations allow for certain privileged classes to have BTech, no, it will not be counted by NIRF. So faculty member with a bachelor's degree will not be counted. So if you have a ratio of 1:15, you will get full marks here. We are very lacking. So this year and last year, 2 years, we recruited about now 150 new faculty members, and I'm sure this is going to boost the members. So try to have them at least for a year. So FSR out of 30, how much we got? And if your ratio is 1:50, you will be 0. So FSR out of 30, we got in 2018, 21.11, 2019, 23.17, in 2020, 25.47 out of 30. So there is still some gap. So still, that means that still some vacancies are there which need to fill up with ad hoc at least. So there's no use in taking ad hoc and then removing immediately after semester. Now you continue them for a long time. That is going to be very, very advantageous. So this is something very helpful to you all. So please make note of this. It is going to go a long way as far as your institute is concerned. So think how you can get recruitment and all. Then the third parameter in the formula is FQE 20. 20% marks is there. And this is calculated very easily. 10 into FRA by 95. What is FRA? Is percentage of faculty with PhD or equivalent qualification. Even if they are from industry, they have equivalent qualification, that will be considered with respect to the total number of faculty required or actual faculty, whichever is higher in the previous year. So therefore, my suggestion to you is, so another parameter in this FQ is the two FQ and FE. FQ is calculated with this, and FE is calculated by the formula of 3 minimum, 1,1, F2,1 and 4 minimum, 3 F3,1. So what is F1? F1 is fraction of teachers with up to 8 years experience, fraction of with experience between 8 to 15, and fraction with experience greater than 15 years. So they are also counting on the experience of the teachers who are working there. So it's a good idea to encourage faculty to retain them, to allow them to continue. Then that will go a long way in improving your FQ. So how much NIT Warangal got last year? In 2018, 13.94. In 2019, we improved to 15.02. In 2020, 16.78. This is very helpful. And still there's a gap. And we are saying, of course, nobody leaves after joining NTU, but they change institution, they may go to IIT like that. So again, this is very, very important for us. Okay. So you can also do much thing. The third, last parameter in the formula is FRU. financial resources and their utilization. This is one thing which you can make a lot of difference. So what is this financial resources and utilization? It is calculated by a simple formula: 7.5 times function of BC plus 22.5 times function of BU, where BC is the annual capital expenditure per student for the previous 3 years, pertain to engineering discipline only. Please, they don't consider excluding expenditure on new buildings. Many private institutions are busy constructing buildings, infrastructure, spending a lot of money, but that won't count. But what will count is if you are renovating a laboratory, it counts. If you are getting new equipment in a laboratory, it counts. So you try to get new different equipment. So 17.19, 2019 we reduced, and 2020 still we are not able to reach. So now I am going to see what is the problem. Maybe we need to think again. Sometimes priorities change of the institute, but this is where we can actually get good marks. Okay. Now the TLR is over. Now let us come to the second parameter: research and professional practice. This is one area where many private institutions cannot do better. So don't worry, private institutions. Everybody is in the same platform. All your sister institutions will also get the same marks. So these are assessed by 4 parameters. Combined metric for publications, combined metric for quality of publications. Here one is number of publications and quality of publications. And then IPR and patents filed, published, granted and licensed, footprint of projects and professional practice and executed, or FPPP. So let us see how do they calculate this and what is the formula they use. The formula that they use. See, NIT Warangal is also not way below the 100 marks, but still we have realized the importance. We have improved from 25.44 to 31.43 to 31.77 to 38.12. You can do a self-analysis of your own institute like this and see where you are weak, where you are. If I could do, why cannot you do it? So that is what I am saying. So the formula that they use for research and professional practices, please note the weightage is 30 and the formula is very simple: PU into 30, that is 30 marks, QP into 40 plus IPR into 15 plus FPP, where PU is combined metric for publication, QP is combined metric for quality of publication, IPR and patents is how many are published and how many are granted. See, this is one area where we can do a lot of improvements. Many of the institutes are doing research, but they don't know the procedures for filing a patent. They don't know. Institute does not support them while filing a patent. There are some patent fees. So you can again, in fact, I can tell you my own personal experience at NIT Warangal. When I took over, the number of patents are quite less, but today I can say with pride, we have more than 15 to 20 patents published and granted every year. So it is not difficult. In fact, the IIT Delhi director also once explained that you have to give a lot of thrust in patenting, evolve procedures, try to enlighten your faculty, create awareness. So that is going to make a lot of difference to the whole thing. So it's a combined metric for publication, so let us see how we calculate PU. So PU is calculated by 30 marks, 35 into F of P by FRU, where P is a weighted number of publications as a certain suitable third party. Even if you don't use this information, they'll get the information from the third party source. Here, a word of caution: whatever you publish in the predatory journals, fake journals, they will not even consider. They will consider only in Scopus Index and high impact journals and all the things. So this is where you can score much better. And please note here, the FRQ, the denominator, Is the maximum of normal number of faculty members. So they'll be calculating per faculty member how much is a publication. So you should encourage all faculty members to submit research proposals and start publishing. Not only just few who are good at publishing and ignore the others. You should make it mandatory. Every institute should make it mandatory for faculty members to publish. See, out of 30 marks, 2018 we got 14.76, 15.55, and we improved with some effort 16.67. This year we want to improve further. This PU. Now coming to QP. QP is this NIRF has got a top 25 journals list percentile. They have a list of their own, and they for example, Civil Engineering, American Society of Civil Engineering is considered to be top journal. In electrical, it's IEEE journals are considered top. Like that, each discipline there are top journals. So they will see this formula they calculate. QP is 20 times F of CC by FRQ into plus 20 into F by top 25 by P, where CC is the total citation count over the previous 3 years. So they'll take the previous 3 years. And P is computed as PU. What is PU? PU earlier we got from here this formula. And they'll take top 25 P is the number of citations in the top 25 percentile average of the paper. That means how much your faculty publication is being cited by others. This is another very, very important thing. And they have got this Google Scholar and other Web of Science. Easily you can yourself assess how many citations you get or what is your peer-reviewed journals. If somebody does it, you penalize. The next time you'll be all right. Otherwise, and the F is calculated on the basis of FSR 1:15 or the available faculty ratio. So again, this is very, very important. So try to get QP. So how much did NIT Kernel get? We improved. 2018. In 2018, 0.5. In 2019, we got, but there was no information given because it's a cumulative thing. Previous years we take, they got 0, and then we improved to 2.0, and this year out of 15, of course. So still, the patenting culture has to be inculcated in academics. A lot of awareness has to be created. A lot of, in fact, we called people from Bombay to conduct a session on how to do patent, how to file patent. But what happened? Teachers are very busy. They are more interested in other things than non-academic activities rather than academic activities. But as an administrator, you have to motivate them, especially in private colleges, in government state universities. And this is going to, in the long run, to benefit your institute and the reputation. And the last one is FPPP. That is footprint of projects and professional practice and executive development programs. So how do they assess that? They will see how much funding and projects you are getting. They call this RF. FPP is summation of FPR plus FPC, where FPR is 7.5 times function of RF. RF is the average annual research funding earnings. Amount actually received in the numbers of the others. So you have to encourage all faculty, make it mandatory for all faculty to submit research proposals, and this is going to make a lot of difference. And FPC is 2.5 times CS. CF is the average annual consultancy. So if your consultancy is more, then so you can easily increase your footprint. How much your knowledge of your faculty is being utilized by the outside society. How much you are able to have a footprint outside the society. That is by way of consultancy. So you have to make sure that your consultancy earning goes up. What we call here as internal revenue generation goes up. So your expertise should be utilized by the society for their benefit. So this is very, very important, and this should be encouraged. Unfortunately, In some institutions, they have put a limit on the total earning, but that should be removed. In fact, the cap should be removed, and teachers can do flourishing consultancy and improve. Of course, all this within the bounds of your teaching, learning, and all that. You can do that. And how much we got? Out of 15, we are far away. In 2018, 1.52, 2019, 1.26, in 2020, 2.5. So still, now I know clearly that this is one area where I need to put a lot of effort. A lot of analysis has to be done from my side, where we can do things. So this is again a cause of concern, and we can do much better. All of you can do better. So now we finish the second parameter. Now the third parameter is graduation outcome. And this is again a 5 parameters are considered. Combined percentage of placement, higher studies, and entrepreneurship, GPHE. Metric for university examination, GU. Median salary, GMS or gross MS. Metric for graduating students admitted to top universities. This last year they are not considered, but this year the formula they have added. And metric for number of PhD students graduated PhD. Formula that they use is graduation outcome. This is the formula, GPH into 40. So number of PhD placements, 40% weightage is there. Metric for university examination, how many are passing the university examination? In many institutions, what happens, they take a lot of students, but unfortunately, they don't pass the university examination on time. So that means 4 years they should pass out. If they don't pass on time, then you will be losing the marks. Then what is the average salary of your placement? I mean, not the maximum salary, but average, we take over the average, the median salary, that is important. And GPH is number of students graduated, PhD students graduating from university. So that is one area where you can score very good. So let us see one by one GPH. NIT angle graduation outcomes, yes, we improved from 68.92 to 72.38 to 72.5 to 74.2 out of 100. Still there is scope for us to improve. So for everyone there is a scope for improvement. So how is it calculated? It is called as 40 into NP by 100 plus NHS by 100. NP is the percentage of graduating students in UG PG programs placed in the previous 3 years, and NHS is percentage of graduating students in UG PG who have been selected for higher studies in the previous years. Many times what happens is data is not available. So you should have a dedicated NIRF cell which collects this data, have it eliminate tracing, keep tracking them for the next 5 years, where they are doing, what they are doing. So all this does count. If you have the data, many times you don't use the data, and that's why you lose. And therefore you should have a good way, mechanism for collecting the data. And NIT Warangal, what happened? In 2018, 33.57, 2019, 32, we improved slightly in 33.88. So again, I'm telling you, even a fraction improvement is going to improve from 34 to 2019. You can also do much better. Then the second parameter in this graduation outcome is GUE. GUE is calculated, 15 marks is there, of course. Maximum marks is taken away by GPH. So 15 into minimum of NG by 80. So what is the NG? Is the percentage of students as a fraction of the approved average over the previous 3 years passing the respective university exam. So this is one area. If you can mentor those students who are actually having backlogs, yes, this you can improve. So try to have a mentoring program, try to find out, try to coach them properly, try to conduct special classes, especially those who are not doing very good. And this number can go up and it will affect. So how much NIT Warangal got? We, of course, this we don't have much difference. We have been consistent. We got 15 out of 15. We can't do much better than that. Okay, so this is one area where other institutes can do better. Please analyze your marks. This is going to make a difference, and you will know where you stand, where you need to look upon, and all that. At least, if not for this year, for the next year, think ahead. You can do much difference. And then the gross median salary, or GMS or MS or whatever it is called. So it is a formula of 25 time into function of MS, where MS is the median salary of the graduates in UG and PG program in a previous institution. Now what happens, many times our UG students get good placements, but unfortunately the PG students, the placement is very bad. So that is where you also need to calculate, they get jobs once they go pass outside. So please keep track of them, once they pass where they are going, at least for the next year, you find out where they have been placed, because nobody will be there without placement. So find out where they are working and take that into account. So information gathering is again a very important mechanism. So you should have a database, try to keep tracking. At least in the final year itself, you should maintain the database to get the maximum information. So let us see what NIT Warangal got. We improved from 16.77, but we slightly slipped in 70. Again, we could not capture. So this year again, we hope to improve. So let us see why. So it gives us an idea where to look for what is the gap available. In that formula, GTOP, so GTOP is the number of students admitting to top universities. Again, this data will not be available in most of them. So keep track of your students. The alumni cell should keep track of their students, or at least the placement cell should have a tracking mechanism of the students, every student passing out from the institution, and that is going to help. So this anyway was not there last year, so I will not discuss. We'll go to the next part, GPHD. So GPHD is metric for number of PhD students graduated, and this is 20 times function of NPhD, where NPhD is the average number of PhD students graduated or awarded PhD over the previous 3 years. So they are taking every time previous 3 years. So if you have more students graduated, you will have more benefit. So number of graduating PhD students will be reflected in the annual report convocation. They'll check the websites for that convocation report, and then from that they take. And they don't believe numbers, so they'll verify. So this is what you got. We got. And out of 10, in 2018 we got 7.1, 7.3, and 8.1. So this pandemic might have affected some numbers, but everybody is affected, not only you. So that is how you have to think. Everybody is on the same platform. It's a third-party assessment. So everybody will be looked on. So this is how. And the last parameter is, last but one, outreach and inclusivity. It has got weightage only 10%. So overall formula is outreach is RD into 30 plus WD into 25 plus ESCS into 25 plus PCS into 20. Where RD is the percentage of students from other states, countries, region towns. So this is again depending on the state government policy. Sometimes but if you go to Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, you will find a lot of students from other states. So here they say 370D and all that, we don't admit from other states. But at least you should have students from other states. Government should encourage. You will get good numbers. And you can, because our institutions are of good quality, our infrastructure is good, we always have an advantage. So therefore, it's very important for us to get students from other states or countries internationally. The second parameter is WD, percentage of women diversity. The third parameter is ESCS, economically and socially. This is again government control as per the government rules we do it. And PCS is facilities for physically challenged. Provide maximum facilities in the institutes for physically challenged. This is where you can get 20 out of 20. All institutions will get, whether private, central, state. So let us go one by one. First, RD. NIT Warangal. So we went down again. We need to go. What is the reason we have to check? Somewhere we missed the race. So RD is 25 into fraction of students enrolled from other states plus 5 into fraction of students enrolled from other countries. So they calculate like this. So how much NIT Warangal got? So this is one area where we missed. I don't know the data maybe. So this we need to check again. So 18.2, 16.4 again 17.8. So this is, there's a lot of scope for improvement out of 30. If you can score better, then yes, you improve. So even though 19, even if I had done that analysis before, I can still improve further. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of scope for improvement. The second parameter is WD, percentage of women or women diversity. Women diversity is 15 into NWS by 50 plus 15 into NWS. Very interesting here. NWC is the percentage of women students. So luckily, we have women reservation quota and all that. But and also, it is very important for you to understand that there are NWF is a percentage of women faculty, including the women members in senior administrative positions. This is very, very important. So encourage, even if your women faculty do not meet the seniority requirements, put them in the heads of departments, or put them as deans, directors. So they will add value to your NIRF. So what the NIRF, if you want to gain maximum score, you should have 50% of women students and 20% of women faculty in the administration. So I don't know. It is left to the institute management and directors and vice chancellor. But this is going to add WD. Many women people will help me. So how much we got? We improved. We realized 13.35 in 2018, 14.89 in 2019. In 2020, we got 16.74. Okay. So then the last parameter, last but one is ESC, economically and social challenge. So this is the number of percent of UG students being provided full tuition fee reimbursement by the institution to pursue that. So I don't know how many of them. So this is the data given by government. So they take. So here, out of 25, many of the students come through their own because they belong here. We were lost in the marks: 3.25, 3.69, and 3.27. So this is one area where you can get private 100% tuition fee reimbursement. So you can get good marks. And the last parameter is PC. That is facilities for physically challenged students. That means 20 marks, the institute provides full facilities for physically challenged students as outlined. Else in proportion to the facilities. So they verify and all that. So how much NIT Warangal got? Every year got 20. Most of the private colleges, most of the institutions will get 20, 20, 20. So there's nothing to worry about. So this is one area we should not slip. We should do much better. The last and the most hidden part is the peer perception. So the peer perception, again, there are 4 parameters. Employers and research investors, academics, public perception, and competitiveness. So let us go one by one into each of them. The formula, what they do is, they have given 25 marks for that 4 thing. Employers, and then competitive. That see, the NIRF itself has a database, and this database is of course updated every year, periodically, and they take the feedback from these organizations and see how the institute's performance is there, how they are actually doing the good and bad, how they can do the things. What is the reputation? How your students, once they join that organization, are performing? What is their behavior? Whether they are continuing there or leaving there, whether they are doing well. So all this information they collect from the employer. There will be a questionnaire, and then yes, no, yes, no. Suppose if I don't know your institution, then I will not give. So you are at a loss. So they'll ask 100 people. Out of 100 people, if 50 respond, so if 50 do not respond, then you are at a loss. So your institution should be well known. So through either through networking. So have regular employers networking meet, academic peers meet, invite people to lectures, enter into MOUs, have your BOG meetings regularly. All this is going to make a lot of difference to your peer perception. In fact, these 4 parameters, employers and research investors, academic peers. What is academic peers? Your own sister colleges, like JNTU, they will ask about Anna University, what do you think about JNTU? Or if it's a private college, they'll ask other private colleges about what is your feeling. And public, how the general public in and around thinks about your college, and the competitiveness, how competitive you are in the whole race. How good students are. How do they assess a company? They'll see the rank. They check the ranks in which the students are admitted. For example, first rank, whether he's getting admitted here, he'll be better. There will be a rank comparison, and that is an idea that gives which is more competitive institute, which is not. So they'll take both UG and PG. So sometimes we have some courses which are not viable. And the final rank will be some in lakhs. So that will be missing. We will be losing the marks. So we have to be very careful as far as the courses are concerned. So let us now go into detail of these 4 parameters. So I told you the formula is PRMP 25, that is peer perception, employers and research investors. PRACD, peer perception, academic peers. It's not academic press, it's academic peers. Peers means your own equals institution. PRPUB is the public perception, and PRCMP is competitiveness. So they calculate this PR 30 into P by N, where NA is the number of PG and PG students admitted from top institutions in the previous year. So many times, the quality of the students who get admitted also is going to reflect on your. So everything should be kept in the radar. Then only you can actually do. See, peer perception, this is calculated based on a survey of the industry and organizations, official funding agencies, private sector, etc. So what they do is they will get a list of the industry organizations who are actually consulting you or who are actually giving you research knowledge. The employers, where your students get placed, so they talk to them and like Infosys, Tata, and what is it? Then funding agencies like AICT, DST, whether the faculty there are finishing the project on time or not, whether the results are updated or they are just. So all those things will be actually assessed independently without your knowledge, and 25 marks are there. The second one, peer perception, is calculated by a survey conducted over a large category of academics. So, they take information about your institute from other academies also. How do they feel? This is average, they take. So this is again, how do you improve the presence of your institute? How do you make it more visible? How do you make it more attractive? All these things should be think about the strategy. So that can be done by conducting regular workshops, faculty development programs, networking activities. Now, please note, everywhere is a competitive world. If you don't do it, somebody else is doing, then he's winning the race. So you have to be on your toes as far as this perception case is there. The third perception is public perception. It's based on the perception of the institute. It ascertains that the public trusts the institute for children. Now, this is again reputation, So, any good activities done by you, any good research. Unfortunately, what happens, if you do something good, it doesn't get published. Something bad, published. Therefore, we have to be aware, we have to be alert and make sure that all the good work is published. Your PRO should be good, should be well connected with the media, try to tell the good things, conduct the good meetings and all that. It is going to really improve your image. And fourth one is your competitive. It is an estimate of the number of PG and PhD students enrolled in the previous year. So they check the using because now this year they get, next year they find that it is useless course, so next year they don't get no employment. So everything is linked, interlinked. So you will have to make sure that these 4 parameters, you have to work separately, have strategies, and it is going to make a lot of difference in the whole affairs. So I told you out of 100, 0.1, 100. So this one, how much we got? We in 2017, 14, in 2018, 22.59, in 2019, 32.17. In 2020, we got 30. So there is a lot where to do what to do where. Then it will make a lot of difference to you. We improved significantly with this formula. And this is a total summary, Everywhere we improved. Teaching, learning, we improved. Research, professional practice, we improved. Graduation outcome, we improved. Only the outreach and inclusivity, we went down. So now I need to concentrate here. I know that, and then I can have appropriate strategies in place where we can improve. And professional practice is this one, and total score is what. So again, I'm telling you, any addition of, see, last year we got 26, but just addition of 4 marks, I have shifted my rank to 19th position. So that's what I'm saying. Even 1 mark addition overall is going to shift your rank. So you have to be attentive to all the parameters, irrespective of it. So I did a critical analysis of all the sub-parameters. Just to quickly review, we started with the weightages. So this is how the weightages are there. The different categories: teaching, learning, 0.3, research and professional practice, 0.3, graduation outcomes, 0.2, outreach and inclusion, 0.1, and perception, 0.1. Each of these categories, I've got further sub-parameters. So I found out each parameter how much weight it is carrying. So I did a table where teaching learning has got 4 parameters. Student ranking is weight is given 0.3, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, whatever I told earlier. Subcategories, teaching learning has 4 subcategories: student strength, faculty strength ratio, combined metric for faculty with PhD or equivalent, and experience, financial. So the first one has got overall out of 120, and overall out of main 100, it is only 6 marks it is contributing. Faculty student ratio is contributing 9 marks. Combined metric for faculty is going to 6 marks. Financial resource and utilization 9 marks. Combined metric for publication is taking away major mark 12. Quality of publication taking away major marks 12. IPR and patent is taking 4, print 1.5, very less. Don't bother if you are not doing very well. Mark. Metric for 4. So percentage of women diversity 3 marks. Marks. So again, I did a further analysis. These we really as a by this. Parameters are taken put in my combined metric is taking away 12 marks, quality of work is taking away 12 marks, peer percentage 10 marks, faculty student ratio 9 marks. You can do much better. 4 it is called. And if you do much better in these sub parameters, you can your institute is encouraging publication in the peer-reviewed journal. You come out with public and those who again India as a higher education has been promoted by the government of India, and a lot of people are preferring because education is cheap, education is more quality, and a lot of people are coming. AICT also increased 5% of the facilities of the thing that is happening. So there is a need to grant full autonomy to the institute. Now this is again very, very important. There should be freedom so that you can do the way you want to improve. When I say full autonomy, does not mean that you do whatever you want, but within the bounds of the regulations, you have the freedom to give importance, priorities, because you have to set your priorities. You should not be carried away. Now, this is another area which I found. The data preparation, data filling process is cumbersome. Many times you don't get the data on time. Luckily, they have extended the date to 19th February, but otherwise, this was 6th February meeting. Already by 5th February, many people have submitted. So 5th February was the date of last submission, but luckily for you and luckily for us, for me, for giving the lecture, the last date is 19th. So still there is a scope for improvement if you want to. So there is need to strengthen the present NIRF data filling process by promoting the availability of the data of the institute at every level. So everybody, every faculty should be involved simply. There's a need to bring in high quality journals in every field. Now, we have got library networking mechanism, so you can easily access from other sources and encourage your faculty to read high quality journals. It makes a lot of difference in every field of study. Okay. See, the National Education Policy 2020 now is going to classify all institutes into three categories. One is research universities, second is teaching and research, and third is teaching universities. So you will be now classified in a different scale. That is very important. Teaching by integrating education and technology. So a lot of technology has now come. How well you use this technology for teaching. In fact, in NIT Warangal, I have given to every faculty member one laptop, one stylus. They are really enjoying the way they are teaching now, including the most oldest professors. They're really enjoying and trying to get new ideas because now the access has increased. They can get access of information from World Wide Web, integrate into the teaching, integrate research into the teaching, and these education technology tools is really helpful. In fact, I have a totally different session by itself, effective online teaching, wherein you can get a lot of ideas how best you can make use of it. And there's a need to make easy procedure for granting the patent. When I say easy procedure, patent is always difficult, but the way you apply the pro forma should be available in the institute website, and then you should tell, and the institute should pay the patent fees. When I was a registrar, I myself could not get the fees. I had to run around, but it is possible now because in view of the importance, you have a separate fund for granting patent fees, but it's a reimbursement at least. This will encourage faculty to go for patents, and this will add a lot of value to your institution. There's a need to promote collaboration. Your lecturer was telling about the collaboration. Collaboration is a very, very important thing. It could be inter-institute, inter-departmental, with international institutes. In fact, now we are collaborating with IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi got the world-class ranking. They got 1,000 crores. So now we have been given access to their laboratories. So this is something which you can do with ourselves. So networking, collaboration is the future. So you can collaborate with research laboratories. You're all lucky that nearby around a lot of research laboratories are there. Need to promote collaboration of the national institution of higher education with reputed institutions of higher education, exchange of faculty, students like that. They also want some students to work. So you have joint collaboration. Of course, this is one thing which I wanted to say is need to control the government from interfering in the affairs of the institute. We need to improve the reputation of advertisement. When I say advertisement, press clips and all that, which will highlight the institution's achievement and all this thing. Automatically, your name will go up. Of course, placement and higher listing should be given due property. So you have to do alumni tracing. Many of us are very bad. So you have frequent every 5-year alumni meet, 10-year, not just once in blue moon like that. At NIT, we have actually every year 5 alumni meets, 5-year meet, 10-year meet, 15, 20, 20, like that. So alumni meet network should be very strong. Alumni associations should be encouraged to do good things because they are very potential for funding and other things, for putting word of mouth, and they really carry a lot of weight. And I think you can do much better. All institutions can do better. So the quality of publications, having better impact pattern studies should be increased, and attempts should be made to publish papers in the top 25%. Why? Because this is what is being taken care by NBA and NAAC. So you have an advantage in every rating or ranking that you participate. So you have to make sure that you encourage your faculty to publish only in journals which have got high impact factor, high citations, so like that. That is going to be really very, very helpful. And as the rector told, we can have a separate session on research funding and all that. In fact, we have done it, and it has been very helpful. We think that only AICT and DSTs are funding, but there are more than 100 agencies, including international agencies, which fund for research. And I was told after actually I discussed with the AP State Council has now come up in their website about the research funding agency, the formats, performance. Many times, when you read the journal papers in the acknowledgement section, you will find from which source they got funding. So that is a good way of actually cutting and then talking to them, networking, send emails. People will be happy to receive emails. If you say that, sir, I am interested in your paper, I've read in social journals, they'll be happy to collaborate. So try to network. That is very, very important for your growth. Institutes should reach out through appropriate means so the visibility of the institute increases nationally, particularly to employers and peers. So you have to make sure that you do the good things so that your visibility actually improves. If you're out of sight, then you're out of mind. You should be in everybody's radar and make sure that your visibility is increasing as much as possible. So you need to work different ways, not by advertising. Advertisement is negative way of publishing, but by doing good activities, by promoting even your NSS activities are also a good thing. And there are many government programs that you can take up and encourage, state government programs, central government programs. So your media will you get attention and then it publicizes, it will help you. My last conclusion is the category RP has a major weightage in the NIRF scores which decides the final ranking of NIRF. So you need to think more about it. So I would like to conclude because exactly consume 1 hour 15 minutes and some time I have left for question answers because a lot of questions have come. I'll go to the question answers thing and I'll answer one by one. So I would like to conclude with this saying of Albert Einstein: learn from yesterday, learn from your scores yesterday, hope for tomorrow. The important is not to stop questioning. Everything you have to think critically. Then only you can improve. If you just think, that the NIRF is doing wrong, no. You think why you could not get, why X got, why did not get. And please, this is very relevant. Don't compare yourself with central universities or IITs or NITs. But at least among your own groups, you try to be on the top. So that is what you should aim at. And that is going to make a lot of difference to your performance, a lot of difference to many others. So this is, with this, I would like to conclude and now take it with the questions. I'm going to the chat box. So I would like to say that good luck, be positive, but so this is very important for all of us now. Otherwise, this is be careful. Okay. So thank you very much and thank you all for your kind attention. I'll go to the chat box now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. There are few questions in the chat box, sir.
Sir, will you read out the questions or shall I read it myself and do it?
Better one by one. If you go through and then explain, it is better, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. The first question is by the ranking policy is applicable in case of recognized standalone institution of higher education in management like IIM. Please note that there are 10 categories now in which the NIRF does it. I have given you in the beginning of my lecture those 10 categories. You can just see those 10 categories. So whether that AMI falls in those 10 categories, yes. Otherwise, no. What are 10 categories? These are the 10. 1 minute. Just sorry. 1 minute. These are the 10 categories that actually which they consider overall university engineering management. If they fit in any of these categories, yes. The next question is again by Venugopal Janaswamy saying that is the ranking whether applicable in case of standalone, like I think it's the same question. Okay, it's the same question. Again, Venugopal says research proposal prepared as per norms, also prepared by local experts. But when we submit to statutory bodies, the concerned faculty gets disappointment. Then why is the position of faculty who submitted? What is the position of faculty who submitted the proposal? Please understand. See, even research funding is very, very competitive. So when you are applying, there are other people also who are applying. So there is, a race, and the experts, while they go through the proposal, they review the quality of your proposal. They review many things. And as told by your rector, we will have another session exclusively on research funding and how to get collaborative research and other things. But there is a way, it's not, if you get rejected does not mean that it is not like that. See, the quality of the proposal should be good, and you can always have joint publications, joint research projects with hand holding with other institutes. Definitely will be successful. But the quality of the proposal should be good. Don't assume that whatever proposal you submit, it will be selected. Okay. I hope I have answered your question. If not, I have given my email. You can always get back to me. The faculty gets disappointment. Don't disappoint. Okay, try again. Many times, for many things, you have to try many times. There is a question from V. Lalita. Sir, just wanted to share. To improve upon publication, university college should provide incentives. This is in practice by Goa University. So that I leave it to the university management. So I cannot say much. See, as academicians, we have a clear-cut responsibility, at least for higher education. Teaching, research, and consultancy is something which we have to do it. We cannot shy away from it. So we don't expect anything. Don't think that for everything you will be measured in terms of money. If they give money, then only work. Yes, we can give awards, rewards, and all that, but that is left to the university administration. There is one question by Madhavi Lata. Sir, you have calculated points for each category from the data. What is the procedure you have used? I have not used any procedure. Please note, these are all available in the website. If you go to NIRF ranking website, click on that, you will get. I can tell you all the files. So go to that particular year, check your rank. There is a in the Excel sheet or there is a PDF. So I did a lot of exercise before this lecture, and then you can also do it. So I don't use any procedure. It is simply those data I have taken and put it in the table. I hope I answered your question, madam.
Sir, at least can I ask, sir?
Please, madam.
Yeah. So, is there any way of maybe what you call calculating our own points before announcing the results? Where we stand?
No. So, that's the reason. See, if you know how to calculate, then you will start arguing with them and go to court, legal, and all that. So that's why they put some functions. Yes, and most of these, please understand that they get it evaluated from third party. Third party sources is what? For research, absolutely third party. So who are the third party? You can invite them for talks. What is the tricks they use? What is the parameters they use? LCR does it, and wonderfully they do it. In fact, they'll tell you what they are looking. So one of the key things, I think one of the future speakers will speak, that you have to use your institute email address. Many times when you use your personal email address, it may not be getting tabbed or tracked. So use your institute email address. Use your institute affiliation if you want to give credit to the institute. This is very, very important. Okay, madam?
Okay, right, sir. Thank you, sir.
We can still discuss later. You know my number and mobile.